Hey everyone, welcome back. I want to ask you a question. When was the last time you sat down to spend time with God and didn't feel a lingering sense of guilt or pressure? Like you were ignoring a text, or pushing back a work deadline, or letting a massive to-do list pile up. The world's actively trying to squeeze you into its mold, and if you allow it, it'll crowd out your intimacy with the Father. And worse, it has warped our consciousness into thinking about taking time, seeking God's face is a selfish luxury we can't afford. But Scripture paints a completely different picture. Look at what Paul writes in Romans 8:15 and 16. For you did not receive a spirit that makes you a slave again to fear, but you received the spirit of sonship. And by him we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children. You're a child of the everlasting King. Spending time with him isn't a chore to check off a list to avoid fear or guilt. It's your richest duty and your highest privilege. But to experience it, you have to do something radical. You have to intentionally push back the boundaries of your life. It requires discipline. You have to listen to him above the constant clamor of voices demanding your attention. So think about Moses at the burning bush. God told him, do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. Exodus 3:5. Whenever you decide to shut out the world and tune into his spirit, that space becomes holy ground. It's time to take off the sandals of your busy schedule. So here's my challenge for today. And the big question we need to ask is, what areas of your daily routine are you letting the pressure of the world squeeze out your time with God? And what specific boundary are you going to reinforce this week to reclaim that space? So let's stop acting like slaves to our schedule and start living like children of the King. First one is a digital fast. So pick one specific app or notification trigger that represents the clamor of your world, and during your morning routine, commit to keeping that app completely closed until after you have spent your dedicated time seeking God's face. The next piece is kind of a sandals off, that visual prayer. Start your prayer time this week by physically taking off your shoes or stepping into a designated quiet space. Use that physical action to mentally transition praying, Father, I am stepping into holy ground right now. Silence the noise, control my mind, and let me hear your voice above all others. And if you're feeling bold, you can always extend that digital fast. Maybe that's no social media for an hour or a day, or I'll let you decide what's right for you. That's between you and God, but I'll take that up once maybe we get into a long-form discussion. We can break that one apart into separate discussion. Anyway, I hope this resonates with you and gives you some thoughts on how you might build a more intentional relationship with God. Have a wonderful day, everyone. God bless.